Hi friends, in this video we are going to continue developing our web page. Okay, so in the last session we saw how to develop this banner section. In this video, I like to start with comparing our different sections. This is the about section, and the same page I have opened a new tab to show how the service section is, and then the portfolio section, and then team section. So if you see all these sections, the style look same, even though the section purpose of each section is different. For example, this is to showcase their portfolio, this is to showcase their teams. The look and feel of each section is common. So it is not admissible to write the same style again and again. So we have to follow one approach so that we can reuse the same style. So let me open my code. Let me start with developing one section, that is about section. That is about. Yep. So first of all, this is inside a container. So we will add one container, and then these two sections. One is section title, another one is section content, and inside section title there is a label. It looks like a label, so I will call it as label, and then there is a heading tag followed by a paragraph. So for label, I will give H4 about, and then find out heading. So I will give H2, and I will add this paragraph. Okay, so each section is going to have the same look and feel and the same elements. So this also have one H4, one H2, and one paragraph. And in this H4, sorry, in this H2, this text alone is in different color. So to achieve that, in this case, the about us alone in different color, right? So to achieve this, I will give one span. Span is almost like div, but it is an inline element. So when you segregate one particular content as an inline element, then you will give span. It won't apply any styles. If you give a strong, then it will make this about us as bold text. We have to give strong here as well. But now our aim is to have one element so that I can apply some styles myself. And I don't want this tag to apply any styles. Okay. So for H2 paragraph, I should not use about. I should not use this ID to achieve styles for this section because I want to reuse this section again and again. So this section title is a common class name which I have used already. So I split this, open my CSS here, use my HTML, Control B to hide the Explorer, and we write all our common styles on the top of the page. So section section title. Section title has one H5 and it has one H2 and it has one paragraph. So you just need to follow this structure so that the same style will be applied to another section as well. Let me open the code, refresh what is here. Let me remove my background color so that I can compare my output with this. For section title, I have to apply text align center so that all its children will get text align center. And then H4, it's a block element, so it occupies the entire width. But I want this background color should be applied to that text alone. So the easiest way is to add one span inside this. Otherwise, if I apply background color to H4, then the background color will be applied to entire width. And let me inspect my reference website to get the color codes. Here they have given H2 and they have given display inline block, but I won't advise this method. I would say add some element inside of that because we already saw that an element a element should have either block element or inline element. Here H3 will be a block element, so H2 should be a block element for better practice. So for this alone, we applied text align center. Okay, and I added extra span. So H5, I will add one span. So I should have got this. I can remove my background color for about section. It's about. I can remove this. So refresh. Well, so now we have to get this output. Now the output is this one. We are going to match it with our reference website for H. Oh, we have H4. Sorry. For H4, I don't need to apply anything. But for span, to apply this background color, let me apply some random color and replace it. Red. And I want some curve, so I will give border radius 4px and increase the size. Top and let us give some padding. The first value will be applied for heading and top and bottom side. The right one will be applied for left and right side. Now I can increase my border radius further. Let me try to give single style. Yeah, even a single value for all four sections, which means all side has same border radius. Okay. And when you apply padding or any box model styles, then you should make this as an inline block element because span is an inline element. For inline element, we should not apply any box model style. Okay. And then The easiest way to pick color is just click on this icon and bring your mouse inside your browser. Automatically, it will select the color. Click enter and get color. We do the same. Not picking correctly, but the same color is in another area. So I can take it from here, and the font size we try gives it looks good, and font weight 100 is very thin. Let me try giving some values. Yeah, it looks good, and I want more spacing between one text on the text. We try 600. Yeah, and letter spacing 4px. Okay, this is not required. So both looks almost similar. I can increase my padding further. Okay, and to bring the space between this and this, the top line and this, I should not apply padding for this element. Instead, for this section title, I will apply padding. For bottom, I'm not applying anything. Okay, 60 is a decent number. Well, so now we need to add some spacing between this about and define more about us. So I will give padding margin or sorry padding bottom or margin bottom. You can give any value since there is no background color and border. You can give either padding or margin. Practically, it won't make any difference. Okay, let me give 20 and apply some styles for H2 tag. It is very big, so I have to make it big. Font size. Okay. It looks good, and I need to change the color. Again, I follow the same method to pick the background color, I mean the font color. Find out more. And for the span alone, we need to apply some styles, but we didn't write any selector for that span tag. So I will apply later. And then there should be some spacing under this heading tag. So I will give margin bottom. I'm giving both margin and bottom so that you can understand that better. For one element, I applied padding bottom, and for another element, I applied margin bottom. Just to let you know that there is no big difference when you don't need to apply any background color for that element. Okay, it comes in same line because there is no line break. There are two ways to bring this line to next one. One is you can give max width pixel and margin auto. If you give like this, then it automatically come to next line. This way we are restricting that the paragraph tag should not have width more than 590 pixel. If you go in this model, then you don't need to worry about the content. But if you want to give BR tag in corresponding area, then you have to be more careful because when the browser size is very small, then it may lead to some misalignment. So this is recommended way, and let us increase the line height so that it will match with my code. So section title, let me copy styles from here my code. So span and then H2. Again, we need one more span inside H2. Let me write that here. And it has the same blue color. I copied from there and pasted here. And then paragraph tag. Save it and refresh my page. Super. So we have got proper background color. And let us copy the background color as well. This is shortcut. We just select any selector. You just select any element which has color value. Just click it and click your browser, and you will get the color code of that particular pixel. And just give Control Z so that the previous value will be sorted. So you don't need any color picker at all if you know this shortcut. Okay, let us give this background color to about section. Wow. This is our output, and I'm yet to complete the remaining section. So I can hide my background to check how good my output is. It is really good. It almost matches 99% of my reference website. So I would say it's a very good work. Well, so let us give the background color for now. And when we develop the about section in detail, we can remove this background color. Well, so now we have achieved the heading section, the style sheet for the heading section. So now what I will do is I will simply copy this section title and paste it wherever needed. Okay, as per my website, services section also has the same design. I will go to my services section and I will paste it here, and I will put proper content. Check our services, and services alone in blue color. Check our services followed by one paragraph. You can simply copy the text from the reference website. Well, so I can delete this section. Go to my website and just refresh this. You can see the output. It exactly matches entire section. I didn't write even a single style, but I have achieved it. This is what called as component based styling. You have to see every single section as a component and try to reuse it. You should not apply styles again and again. Okay, so that's it about the heading section. You can just copy and paste wherever needed. You can simply copy your section title and paste it wherever needed. Okay, so you can implement the same concept for all sections. And the next approach that I like to explain you is identifying other common styles. For example, let me refer our reference website. Here, this is one card. We call it as card. Okay, this box, it is each box looks same. I mean, in terms of style, each box looks same, but there is a difference between this box and this box, then this box. All boxes are different. So this one you should treat as one component. This one you should treat as one component, and this one you should treat as one component. And if in case we develop some detailed page or inner pages which follows the same style, then you can simply take it from here. And this is one style. Likewise, you should be able to see each section as a component. You should have that knowledge. And here all looks same except this business. For this business alone, the header is in blue color, but rest of the styles look similar. So you should not see this as a separate component. You should see each box as same component, but the second component alone has one speciality. It has some class name, extra class name. For that class name, they will apply this blue color and white color, blue color background and white color text. So that is how you have to see this the structure. If the structure looks same, then you can consider that as a single component. Okay, so you should have that knowledge and continue implementing that in each section. And then I like to teach you how to achieve these icons. There are multiple ways to bring these kind of icons into our web page. The traditional method is saving all icons as image file and call it through image tag, img tag, or through background image. But the drawback of calling all icons as image file is you cannot resize it easily. For example, if I want to increase the size of this email, then I have to have another high quality image. Like that, if I want to decrease the size of this image, I can simply reduce the width. Still, it will occupy more space in terms of file size. Having a big file and showing it small in web page is a bad idea because big size image will have, I mean, big dimension image will have big size. So it is not recommended to follow that method. You have to um, use a proper image, which means the dimension which you need to represent should be the dimension of the image. So I like to explain this now. Font Awesome is a famous website uh, to achieve these kind of icons. To achieve these kind of icons, Font Awesome is a famous website, but I'm not going to use that. Instead of that, I'm going to teach you Ico fonts. Because for Font Awesome, you need to create one account and then use it. But for font Ico font, you don't need to create an account. You can simply download it and use it in your project. So When you click on download, you will get one zip file. You just copy all the files, or just move these files. Icons in your web page. This will have almost all necessary icons which you need to have to develop any web page. Okay, so this will act as a reference web page. So you won't show the entire list in your website, but you will keep it in your CSS folder. And then what you have to do is you have to copy, you have to open this demo file in your editor. CSS is HTML called demo. This is just to see how they have achieved this icon. They have called one CSS, external CSS. So let me copy this and paste it in my HTML. And I need to update the URL. In this case, in demo.html, the CSS file, the targeted CSS file, icofont.min.css. This is icofont.min.css. This file and demo is in same folder, but here the index file is here. So I need to first go from index file. I have to access my CSS folder. So what I will do, simply put CSS followed by, you can either call icofont.css or icofont.min.css. There is no difference. Icofont.css means it will not be a minifeed file. For development, you can use that itself. There is no problem. Okay, so we have added this line means you have used, you have invoked the necessary CSS record to achieve this icon. And there will be one style tag which is not at all needed, because the purpose of this style tag is to add some CSS to bring this design, which means there is one heading tag and one border line, one background color. So to develop this web page, they have written this style. So you don't need to worry about this. Now, what you need to do is you have to see the needed icon, which icon you need. This is one icon, right? The play symbol. Likewise, you have to identify a relevant icon or video. It looks similar. This looks similar. This one and my record icon both look similar. So I need to bring this icon in my web page. So easiest way is to inspect this and see how they have added. They have added one icon. There is a div called icon. Inside that there is I tag, and you just need that I tag alone. So just copy this I tag and paste it in your web page that you need to add here, right? So let me try whether it works or not. Perfect. We have got that symbol. So what I have done, I have just added one I tag and I didn't even type even a single letter. I have just copied from my reference website and pasted wherever I need. But the color is blue color is not that much tough to achieve that for you don't need to open this CSS file. The icofont.css, you should not make any changes in that file. So let me open my main.css. And for secondary button, I have given color as black. Instead of that, I can give the blue color. Refresh your page. Now it looks good, but the icon alone has a bigger font size. So what I will do, for this alone, I will increase the font size. For these kind of icons, like font based icon, you can simply increase the size of the icon just by increasing the font size. Being very small, which means I need to increase the font size. See, so you can increase this the way you need and give line height as 40 pixel, which means the size of this icon should have the same, or you can use the position relative method to slightly adjust these two tags. Okay, so we have almost brought this design here, but in this case, watch video is in black color, but the icon is in blue color, which means BTN I will give 000, and for that icon alone, I will give this blue color. And you can increase the font size as needed, and you will give the output and work on the line height. Let me give line height as 2 pixel. Now almost both will look same. Even if it is not, then you have to give position relative and adjust its top value to match it with our requirement. Okay, so now you know how to add one icon in your web page. Likewise, you can add icon for all the A tags. So this one and this one both will be an A tag, and inside A tag there is one I tag. So here it is in email. So you have to refer your demo.html file and search for mail. You will get suitable icons. Likewise, you have to find icons for each section and add it. This is also font of some icon only. So you can know now for now you don't need to focus on accuracy of the icon. Whatever icon you use, that is completely okay, because our objective to learn the technology, not the look and feel, which means our goal is to achieve 100% accuracy and learn all the concepts clearly. It is okay if the content is different. What is the difference between content and look and feel? The dimension should be same, the color should be same, but the text value can be different because it is just in development. Okay, so now you know how to add icons in your web page. Also, you know how to develop uh, components in your web page, and you can implement this idea to all other sections. And I expect every one of you to send, or every one of you to push your latest code before 4 p.m. Saturday, so that we can review your code and give you feedback tomorrow itself. If you take more time, then don't expect us to review your code. So we want you to push your code before 4 p.m. today. That is the reason I am taking class at 5 a.m. Okay, you can check when I take this class. 5:30 a.m. because I got some other work in the early morning. So I don't want to waste your Saturday. So I am recording this video. I started this around 4:30 a.m. So this is the importance that we give for your training program, and we expect the same from your end. Make use of your time and practice more as much as possible. Thank you so much.